Hello, ladies and gentlemen, the mic went on. How are we all doing today? I hope everyone is doing absolutely amazing, and I hope everyone is smiling. So, last night I was able to see a sneak preview of Smile, and it's a solid, good horror movie. I will say that. There's a few things that we will go over in this, which is kind of like, I kind of guessed that, or if you've seen other films, you will kind of know. But Smile is the feature-length debut of writer-director Parker Finn. Smile is also a feature-length adaptation of his own short film, Laura Doesn't Sleep Anymore. Oh, Laura Hasn't Slept, sorry. Laura Hasn't Slept. I got something else by here. Laura Hasn't Slept, which came out in 2020, was an 11-minute film, and this is where Smile came from. And what it is, the synopsis for Smile is, after witnessing a bizarre traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Rose Cotter starts experiencing frightening occurrences that she cannot explain. Rose must confront her troubling past in order to survive and escape her horrifying new reality. That's just the gist of the story, which you can kind of figure out how it's going to go. It does turn into a movie like The Ring or Truth or Dare or It Follows, because it turns into the main character must look into the origins of this curse and just try and find out how to beat it. That is exactly how this film goes. And it's interesting in certain parts, I will admit. It does get a little bit, right, okay, maybe they shouldn't have done that, or maybe they should have tried something else. But overall, the way that the film goes is actually very interesting. So this is Dr. Rose Cotter, and she is played by Sosie Bacon, Kevin Bacon's daughter. She's the lead character, the protagonist of the film. She does have an ex-boyfriend who is a police officer who is obviously investigating it. She has the current fiancé who doesn't believe her, and everyone else around her basically thinks that she's crazy, and they all gaslight her when she tries telling them what's going on. But they all keep bringing it back to the traumatic experience of what she had as a 10-year-old child when she found her mother gone in her own bed. So obviously for that, she became a psychologist, and she's there, and 80-hour, 90-hour weeks. And her boss is actually played by Cal Penn, who I haven't seen on screen in a long, long time. Again, I do watch TV shows, but I don't watch ones which basically get panned and then get cancelled after one season. But overall, though, this with Cal in this film, like I said, he plays her boss, and he's like, well, you've been here now since last night. You need to go home and get some sleep. So on her way out, her phone goes. She gets called to see Caitlin Stacy, who is the lead girl on the posters in all the trailers. And this is where the traumatic experience comes back for Dr. Rose Cotter. She does off herself, which is the practical effects are amazing, I will admit. They're absolutely spectacular. But with, like I say, with all these characters, they are just run-of-the-mill horror characters. You know what's going to be happening. And if you said, if you've seen the films, like I said, The Ring or It Follows, Truth or Dare, you're going to know how this film comes out at the end. But again, no, if you love horror films, it's a good, solid, jump scare-filled film. But as Rose does dive deeper into looking for the origin of the curse, she does come across a character played by Rob Morgan called Robert Talley. He's an accountant, and he is in prison serving life for absolutely demolishing someone in front of their wife. And with that there, because obviously Rose trying to find out what's going on, she's linked the Laura character who in the beginning passed on the curse. She's gone back through that. Laura saw someone else do it, then that person saw someone else do it before them, and it just keeps going and going. And they find out that there's 20 people involved. There's 20 cases, but only 19 self-deleted. So she's like, where's that one person? Obviously, he's the maximum, well, not a maximum security prison, because the way that the cubicle is set out, it does make you laugh. But she goes up to him and she asks him, how are you still alive? How is this happening? And he's like, the only way to pass on this curse is if you get rid of someone and you make it absolutely horrifying, and there has to be a witness. There has to be a witness because the witness is the one who has the curse passed on to them. So with all of this going on, and this is when now Dr. Rose, she's like, she gets a knife and everything else. She hides it, but then it turns out to be a dream. And in this dream sequence, you see Cal Penn rip his face off, and it's like, oh my god! And, you know, it's like certain things like you don't expect it because it hasn't been that kind of gory film. Then towards the end, it does go full on in on the practical effects, which are absolutely amazing. But with that little bit of information regarding obviously how you can survive this curse and everything else, you can predict how the story is going to unfold. And sadly, me and my cinema buddy Haley, we were like, yeah, this is going to happen, and it did. And getting towards it, we were both like, I really hope it doesn't turn out to be A, B, and C, which literally in order, it went A, B, and C. And we were like, oh, you know, but we did enjoy it. But overall, though, you know, the ending, which I will keep spoiler-free, when you do finally see the evil entity, hats off to him. The special effects, the practical effects for the entity and everything else is top notch. Let's say if you've seen The Night House from last year and you're a fan of like bleak horror movies, you'll probably enjoy this because that's the kind of way that it's going. But overall, though, I do give this movie a good solid B because it is actually a really, really good and well-made horror film. This generation, you know, you got Blumhouse, obviously, they're going through a lot of things, and it's not from Blumhouse, by the way, this is actually from Paramount Pictures, which is kind of interesting, because looking into this, they actually wanted to put this straight to streaming, but they test screened it, and obviously, because of the jump scares and the way that the film unfolds, they were like, you know what? We're going to stick this out, and we're going to give it a very good marketing campaign, which they have. You know, I've only learned as well today that they're putting people like front and center, like behind cameras. So like at ball games in America, at a baseball game, you know, they got someone directly behind where the batter is, and they're just there smiling, just like looking at the camera. You got another one like Good Morning America sort of thing, where outside you can see people. They got someone just standing in the middle of them, just smiling, looking at the camera. To me, that is absolutely genius marketing, because it's going to be like, what the hell's going on? You want to know more. That's how it goes. But like I said, overall, I give this movie a very solid B. It's got some good jump scares. It got me a couple of times, but then I was like, right, if this happens, there's going to be a jump scare here, most likely here, and it does turn out to be like it. This is the one they put in the trailers. It's all over the TVs. And this got the biggest jump scare of the night. There's only a handful of us there, but the people in front of us, it looked like she just set her ass to vibrate and she went up in the air. That's how much she jumped at this scene, which I thought was absolutely incredible to see. But that's what we got, guys. Like I said, if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future updates. And I'll see each and every one of you soon. Stay smiling.